Today we're going to be making a look at the average expenses, the average monthly expenses for Americans, and we're going to be pinpointing what is this silent killer of wealth. We're going to look at all the different expenses, and of course this is averages, so they vary amongst person to person, state to state, but this is just an average. I'm going to be taking a look at which one is the one that we could change right now that is honestly more than it has to be by a big margin. Let's get right into it. So as we look at it right now, at all the different expenses and different percentages, what do you guys think is the number one wealth killer out of everything? Is right there in plain sight, and it's transportation. There's a few other ones here, but transportation is the biggest silent killer of wealth. There's so many different ways that you could go about this, but you can see that the average, that transportation is at number 2, 17%. There's so many different ways that people could get around, but they yearn for a car. They want something nice. They get lifestyle inflation. They get a little bit more. They want to get a better car. People don't realize how much of a liability a car is. The fact that the moment you buy it, the value of it plummets like a rock. It's a constant liability in the sense that you're going to spend on fixing it, gas. The fact that it allows you to then go and do so much more outside of what you would have regularly been doing if you was just in the house or taking a more conservative way of getting to work or around, like public transportation and bikes or stuff like that. But people don't realize that. They think that they want a nice car and they spend so much and that's good, but it's terrible. And that's something that we could fix right now. The transportation is the legit killer of wealth. It's a constant bill that you always have to pay. Insurance, paying the car off, paying for gas, paying for fixing it. It enables you to go out and do so much more. And of course, you can have other forms of transportation that's not as expensive. You could have a cheaper car. You could have a hoopty. You could have a bike, an electric bike. You could have a scooter. You could have this. There's so many different ways of getting around depending on, and of course, I understand depending on certain states, transportation might not be as, the public transportation might not be as good, but there's still other ways. Get a cheaper car. Get something that's already paid off. Something that's used. Something that's old. Go. And there's always ways to manage it. Get a car and a little bike, and then you can use both of them. There's always ways to fix it, but people just want to be lazy and have this mindset that, oh, I want this car, I deserve it, I'm paying for it, but then they're broke. They have a car and they're broke. So what is this car doing for you? You're just in this car chilling broke. It doesn't make any sense. And people don't realize either that entertainment and apparel and services is other huge. And of course, right here is only at 4.7 and 2.6%. So it isn't really that much, about almost 8%. But that's another huge killer of wealth. Because for some people, there's so much more than the meager 4.7 and 2.6%. People buying clothes, spending their money on shoes, on any materialistic item, and then entertainment, all the different services that people have. Some people have Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Max, Hulu, so many different things. You can have Spotify, Apple Music. There's so many different subscriptions that you could buy that you could be, and you wouldn't even realize how much you're really losing a month just on subscriptions that you're not even using to its full capacity. Stop being stupid. Stop being lazy. Cancel your subscriptions. Get rid of them. If you can't afford the car, and people are like, oh, I can afford it. Affording it is not just being able to pay it off and that's it. Affording it is paying it off, having that much left over that you paying it off is it's a insignificant amount of the total income that you're making for that month. That is like, it's justified. You're like, yo, I can do this because it's nothing to, I'm not even losing a chunk out of what I'm making. Be smarter, put your pride aside, put your ego aside, humble yourself, get a cheaper car, get a hoopty, get a bike, save your money, lock in, live your life, and enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back. Love you guys. Peace. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Let's do this.